Okay, here we go, Segan, ready or not. So these are what I call days 1 and 2, and if things go as expected or anticipated, hoped for, I should be finishing this work around 2014. That'll be a good year. So day 1, I mounted with acid-free conservation sort of paste for art, the drawing paper here on a acid-free surface piece of foam core, and I included a border going all the way around. It's almost 4 feet high by 3 feet 4 inches wide, so it's a pretty good size. The photo I used, I don't remember where I found this. I have to see if I can find it. I'm going to write the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum in D.C. First I'm going to go through there, do a search through their photo archives, see if I can get it by subject. Multiple amputee woman seated waiting for a train which is going to take her to a concentration death camp. Well, she'll be murdered. So this is probably 1942, 43. I don't remember where in Europe. So rather remarkable visual imagery in terms of her clothing, all the texture and the lines and movement between her scarf, kerchief. There's another fabric thing here. She has this kind of cloak, like serape-like garment, which is also very patterned, wrapped around her, all the way around her neck and over her right side. That's on viewer's left. More kind of visual patterning in terms of her blouse, with horizontals, verticals, more horizontals again with a belt and then a rope. The rope looks like it may be used to help attach whatever this is here, which looks like as if it could be a cooking pot or something like that. There's also a bundle here, which is whatever's inside is covered with fabric. It looks like her right leg has been amputated, as well as obviously her left and right arms and hands, or at least her hands, forearms. So there's a close-up of the center section of her head, which I'm using to draw from. So the second day, which was yesterday, I did a very rough pencil sketch of the forms of her upper torso and the stumps of where the amputations were, and I began working in more detail. So far, just using a number 2 drawing pencil, her head. Once I get a bit more done in the scarf, I'm going to start going in with ink, India ink, using I just use bottled ink and metal pen points like that. This is what I'm listening to, by the way, a very nice album I bought some years ago at the gift shop at the Norton Art Gallery in West Palm Beach. And as things go, assuming if the head works out drawing-wise, then I'll continue do the whole rest of it. Then what I'm hoping for is to then shape the piece using the role model of the mosaic drawing combos, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, where I have an outside frame, an inside frame in which the drawing goes and the mosaic is done in between, and then the last thing is the mosaic. The drawing gets sandwiched in the section for the drawing, sealed in plexiglass, and so the drawing is completely separate from the mosaic. And thinking of, I just pulled this out to look at it. This is all the remnants of the Homage to Pawiak piece, Homage to Pawiak Prison, Warsaw artwork I did in shortly after I returned from my first trip to Poland in 1984. The piece was disassembled in the summer of 2010, so I saved the wood, and I also saved at least some of the drawing sections, in particular the 5 men who had been murdered, executed in the prison. I saved that, and it's framed separately. But thinking of how Herbert Reed, a couple of whose books I read back when I was a freshman, sophomore in arts college at Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, spoke about the magic of art making. So I look at this, which may look like a jumble of kind of wood, just interesting coloration on it, and I can kind of visualize building using this with backboarding, of course, but using pieces of this as an exterior to make the shaped piece that the drawing will go in for, and this will then become the 5th mosaic drawing combo in the Under the Wings of God series. There you have it. To be continued. Thank you, everybody who's watched this. Have begun the inking on the drawing, and starting with the head, which is about 1/3 or so, maybe 1/4 done. Kind of doing selective areas and working it up using a mix of pointillist dots, gestural lines, wider metal pen nibs, and parallel lines. And we'll see how it proceeds here. Assuming this section works out, then I'll start working my way down all the textural sections of the cloak, her blouse, the stumps of where her hands were, and so on. And we'll see how it goes. This is August 13th, 2012. There you have it.